First thing you do when you're taking out an alternator, at least on a 2000 Lincoln Navigator, first thing you do is you take the air intake off, which is right here. There's a sensor, I think it's the external air temperature sensor, and then there's a vacuum hose you unplug. Undo these two hose clamps, and there it is. Oh, and that little bracket holds the throttle cables on. You have to just slip them out. Here are the throttle cables in question, right there. They're now tucked up out of here. Should be enough room to get that alternator out. Now there's the alternator. These two bolts are like easy to get to. This one and this one. That one over there, not so easy. You can see it right there, down in that little hole. Yeah, there it is. See it? No, my hand's in the way. But there it is. That bolt. Got to take that one off. Take that one off. And then there's two down there at the bottom. Next thing I'm going to just disconnect the battery first of all. And then take this belt off. I'll probably just lay it down out of the way so I won't have to fool with it when I put it back in, rather than take it all off. And then there's a bolt here, and then there's a bolt here, and this water hose is going to have to come off in order for me to have enough room to get the battery through there. The way I understand it, you kind of like pull this out, turn it over. It's where the pulley's facing the engine. Slide it over this way and then just kind of wiggle it out. I don't want to have to take the fan shroud off and the fan pulley, which may be required. I didn't realize there was that great big stud sticking out there. I wonder what that's for. But that might be in the way. Don't know. Cross that bridge when we come to it. What is the purpose of that great big stud right there? What does it do? Take a Dremel or something, just cut it off. It's got to have a purpose though. But right now it's in my way, I think. You know what it's for? Something. They wouldn't just put it on there if they didn't need it. Anybody know what that big stud's for? Thanks. Now I got to take the belt off this Navigator. I bought this thing off Amazon for about 40 bucks. It's a gear wrench belt removal tool. Two parts. That's the handle. This is kind of the ratcheting part. It fits down on here like this. I don't know if I can get it on there with one hand. Maybe. Maybe it will. If I can get it on there with one hand, well, I'll have to do it with two hands, I suppose. And show you it when I get it together. But anyway, you can angle this thing, you know, like this, like that, like that, like this. You kind of fit in these odd little spaces where there are obstructions. You see, there's an obstruction there. There's the actual tensioner down. Well, I thought I had the light turned on this thing. Apparently not. Yeah, there it is. You can see it right there. Got my hand on it. Put the tensioner in that square hole, square slot, and you pull up. It releases tension on the belt. Wow, either I need more exercise, which I'm sure I do, or that belt tensioner is really tight. I had to lean on it to get it to move just a fraction of an inch. You can see there's the tool attached to it, because you have so many different configuration possibilities. I came at it from this side and just pushed down and it came off. There it is. So the alternator's free, or at least from the belt, and the battery is disconnected. Side note, Murphy and I have met one another. So I put a little plastic bag over the throttle body to keep stuff out. Yeah, I learned that lesson during a valve cover replacement one time. Never leave something that's supposed to have a cover uncovered, because Murphy, yeah. Okay, I just got the 2 bolts on the top out. They were easy enough to do. There's the hole. You can see it right there in the center of the picture where the bolt went in. The other side was easier to get out, but I dropped the bolt. Fortunately, it fell right in that little gap, and I used my little magnetic pickup tool to get it. This is how I got it out. DeWalt driver, drill driver, or impact driver I should say, with a long extension and a wobble socket on the end. Rattled on it for about 10 seconds and out it came. So now I need to get that one and that one out. And theoretically this thing should drop down, and then I can unplug it and take these 2 off. Not sure if I want to fool with this hose yet. Looks like it's not been touched since the day the car was built, so I'm sure that's going to be a joy to get off. Yeah, where's it go anyway? Wonder what purpose it has. I don't know. There's the big one. And then there's, you know, from the radiator, it goes through the thermostat and goes out this way and down this way and somewhere. See where it goes. It goes down to that junction, and then it goes somewhere else. Oh, well, there's a degas bottle. I guess it goes there. Well, anyway, shouldn't be that difficult to do. Ha ha ha, he says. Alright. Oh, okay, I got it out. There it is. Needed a 13mm wrench. And I'll show you why in just a second. Alright, here's the where the alternator was. It's not there now, of course. Here's what I had to remove to get it out. First of all, I had to take that hose off, which is right there. Yeah, it lost some antifreeze, but not very much. I'll clean it all off before I do much anything else. Clean off the belt for sure. Gosh darn it, got antifreeze on it. Damn. Next thing I had to take out was this. See this? This is some sort of wiring harness connector. No, I'm sorry, I didn't have it on it. I had to take that off. It's a wiring harness connector that's bolted onto this part of the engine. And I had to do that because the alternator was catching on this wire. It would not, you couldn't get it around it. So that took a 13mm wrench to get that off. Just turn it out. Move it aside. You do have to turn the alternator where the pulley is right here, facing the engine. Whoops, gosh darn it, spilling more radiator fluid all over the place, damn it. All over the belt, goddamn Steve. Jesus Christ, alright. Oh well, maybe I'll put another belt on it too, why not? But it's out of there. Let me go get an old rag or something, try and clean that belt up some. Ah well, mistakes are made. Do better next time. More tomorrow when the thing gets here and I put it all back in. Alright. Summary on removing an alternator from a 2000 Lincoln Navigator. Here's how you do it. First of all, you need a impact wrench if you've got one. Impact driver, I should say. You don't really need one, but it sure makes it a lot easier. You got 4 10mm bolts for the horseshoe-shaped clamp that holds the top. You've got 2 long, you go right there and right there, 10mm bolts, long bolts that hold the alternator at the bottom. You got to take the air element cleaner off, of course. Move that hose, which I just got a pair of vice grips, or rather channel locks. Moved the hose clamp and wiggled it off. There's a 13mm bolt there that holds that wiring harness in place. You got to move that. You have to unplug. There's a 10mm bolt on top of the radiator, or the alternator, where the main lug goes. That's it. Holds it on. You have to take a little screwdriver and remove the two electrical connectors from the top of the alternator. Once you get it unconnected or all free, you tilt it 180 degrees. Just flip it over so the pulley is facing the engine, and then that big hole you've just made, you can get it out. Have to wiggle it a little bit, but it will come out. Now, it helps if you can maybe not spill radiator fluid all over everything in creation. I might change that belt. I probably will. That belt doesn't look happy. Got radiator fluid all over everything. Wonderful. Oh well, life goes on, as they say. They do say that. Somebody said it. I know they did. We'll figure it out somehow. That goes like that. That goes like that. That goes like that. And that goes